I'm stronger than I've ever been before. When you're feeling weak, we're stronger. We are strong. We're stronger. Stronger than we've ever been.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Stronger with Armstrong. As usual, I'm your host, Eddie Armstrong, and I've got my main man in for just a brief second. Tell him who you are.
Edison Drake Armstrong.
The Edison Drake Armstrong. You got a little fan with you. Who's that?
Hi, Lil Boo Boo.
All right. The little boo-boos. For those of you out there in social media that have seen this little boo-boo, he's still traveling with us. I'm not going to make him say nothing tonight, but he wanted to step in. He's a music lover. He is a fan of our guest. And he just asked if he could be on set for a second to say hello. Edison, you want to shake our guest's hand? Tell him thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's right. That's right. So
thank you.
on behalf of all of our guests out there, this is Edison. This is the main brains behind this podcast series. He wants us to go what?
Viral.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure we get 10K subscribers.
Okay, 10K subscribers is what we're shooting for. Why don't you have a seat? Me and Mr. Block gonna have a little talk for a minute, all right? Thanks, my man. Brother Block, thank you so much for joining us this evening, man. Most importantly, we've been talking about it, this event, this time of year. The weather's great.
Perfect.
We had an idea and concept to start something to provide a solution to an opportunity with filling the void in the workforce pipeline.
Yeah.
And what better way to do that around food, good music, and contributions to hopefully help the cause. So tonight we're launching the Stronger Futures Fund. When I called you, you said yes immediately, and that's your nature. To say yes, and we just appreciate you for what you're going to do on stage tonight to rock us out. My interviews are particularly fun because we like to learn a bit about who people are. I do know you're a Dumas native. Dumas, Arkansas, for our friends that are not from Arkansas, is down in the South. You tell them where Dumas is and who you are, please.
Again, my name is Rodney Block, and I'm from Dumas, Arkansas. And Dumas is located southeast Arkansas, 35 miles southeast of Pine Bluff. It's considered the Delta, and I love being from Dumas. Great people, great families, had a great childhood, and I just enjoyed being from Dumas and being from Arkansas. So this is great.
Being from Dumas, what is Dumas like? Tell somebody about that great town that birthed some amazing people in which I know and love and cherish. Edison's late grandparents are from there, the Hollies, and Edison's great grandparents and Edison's grandmother and aunties are from there.
Yes. It's really interesting because Miss Holly was my 6th grade English teacher.
Really?
At Reed Elementary School. But Dumas it's your quintessential Delta town in Arkansas, and
tell us what a Delta town is like in Arkansas.
Well, a Delta town, it's family. It's family oriented. It's community. My life particularly centered around school and church, and when I was old enough to get in the band, doing all of the music activities that were associated with that. So it's kind of the quintessential. You have Dumas, but if you go to Monticello, it parallels Dumas. If you go to Warren, Arkansas, if you go to Fordyce, if you go to Rising, if you go to Stuttgart, and you go to these Delta towns, there's a lot of similarities. Everyone has a similar experience.
So you talked about school, church, and then the band.
Yeah.
My next question is, when was your first reality there falling in love with music?
You know what? I had an older brother, and he started playing trumpet, and he stuck with it for about a semester. So when it was my turn in the 6th grade, my parents said, if you want to play in the band, we're not going to buy another instrument. You're going to play your brother's trumpet. So I started with the trumpet, and that first year learning about the fundamentals and how to play the horn. But that first year summer camp, I went to music camp at Henderson State University in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. So you have hundreds of kids from all over the state of Arkansas and Texas there for camp, and they're divided into 10 bands. The first bands being the best players. The 10th band is like not as good of players. And I remember you had to audition. And I remember going into the audition room, and this gentleman, the judge, he looks at the score sheet. He says, "Your name is Rodney?" I said, "Yes, sir." "And you're going to play trumpet today?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And he says, "You look like a trumpet player."
Wow, spoken into you.
So I proceed to play my tryout, and I sucked. I ended up being in the 8th band. That stuck with me for all of these years, that he said, "You look like a trumpet player." So I probably from that moment, I wanted to play the trumpet and wanted to be involved with music from that point on in 6th grade.
Are you just fluent in trumpet, or what other instruments?
Trumpet is my main instrument, but I play a little bit of drums. I can dabble in all the other brass instruments, tuba, trombone, but trumpet is my main.
And so for our viewers out there, since we're on trumpet, we're on the band, tell us who Rodney Block and the collective Rodney Block and Friends, who are these people? Who is this amazing band? Think about the roots, and then I know Rodney Block.
So it's great. The Rodney Block Collective is a ensemble here. I'm the principal, but we play all over the state. We play all over the region, and we play pretty much everything. It's basically depending on who the client is. We play straight ahead jazz, we play country, we play rock, we play blues and funk, hip hop, R&B. So we have a really diverse repertoire, and we have so much fun. There's some great musicians and vocalists that hang out with me, and it's everything from corporate to parties,
to garages, front porches,
porch parties. It's a full
amazing band,
a full menu. So we have a lot of fun, and I have this is the best, and we could be playing for a very mature crowd, called the Silverheads, and then we can turn around and go over and play for a 20-year-old, and have a lot of fun. So it's a blessing.
I love, and indeed a blessing. I love rocking out with you all. All right, back to Rodney Block, the man. A little unknown. I've done my homework. I know where you're from. I know you've got an amazing spouse, Jean. Shout out to Jean Block, who is a force of her own. If I were to go through your phone photos, how many pictures, Mr. Block, would I see of CC and Millie?
That was great. You did your research. So Millie.
Yeah, tell us who CC and Millie are.
Millie and CC are our cats. You know? And we had Millie when we first got married. So we had Millie for 16 years. And when she passed away, we still wanted a little cat in the house. So we bought, we found CC, and we've had CC for 10 years. And they're the coolest cats. People that don't even like cats like Millie and CC because they're just very cool. They don't paw you. They just come hang out.
Cool cats.
They're cool cats. Those are our pets, Millie and CC. Millie's no longer here, but CC is holding it down.
So when you watch this, for those that didn't know, the man behind all of that, he is an esteemed cat lover.
I love
and
cats.
These fine people here at Southern Tales Brewery have a mission quite dear to your heart. A proportion of the proceeds from their sales go to support cats and dogs and the Humane Society. And so a natural attrition for you being here tonight. Thank you so much. Last 2 questions for you. This is a little deeper.
Okay.
Based on all you've seen over the past 5 to 10 years, from the lens of a musician and his band, I'd liken to the 60s and James Brown post Dr. King's death, the election of President Obama, and then the killing of Mike Brown and George Floyd and Black Lives Matter, and times when our country needs to heal and times when our country celebrates and our community celebrates. What does that look like from the lens of an artist when he's on stage or called upon, or you guys started the Garage series? What does that look like? Help our viewers understand what that means.
I guess my thoughts, music is such a spiritual thing. It's such a spiritual thing, and it's the one thing. It's the perfect language, and it's the one thing you can find commonality or common ground with anybody. I was in Brazil years ago. I don't speak Portuguese, but once we started playing music, you're there.
A true unifier.
So during COVID, I had to. Jean, my wife, actually gave me the idea of doing porch parties where we would go and set up at someone's driveway or a porch, invite the neighborhood. And this is during COVID when you had to socially
It
distance.
was really cool.
And for 8 months, 9 months, we were doing a porch party every week in Little Rock. We traveled to Dumas and did a porch party in Dumas. We traveled every part of Little Rock.
What did that do for the people? What did they say when you did that?
You know, it's a spiritual thing. People were happy. It brings joy. And I see it happen time and time again. Music really can uplift, bring joy to people. You know, certain music is rebellious music. It's freedom music. It causes you to want to take action because music usually reflects whatever is happening in society at that time. So I feel very lucky to be able to play at this level and be in front of a lot of people and sharing music. We get a chance to go into several schools in the Delta, whether that's elementary or high school, and it's an immediate impact. You can see how the music touches the students, and at the same time, we want them to be excited about playing the trumpet or playing the piano, or if you're creative, whatever it is, you can do that. Wherever you want to go, you can get there from wherever you are. And so my vehicle has been music. But if it's music, if it's anything in the creative arts, if it's mathematics, if it's tech, if it's academics, if it's athletics, if you really pour into it, you can get to wherever you are. You can get to where you want to go from wherever you are. So
our recent guest, this is amazing. The momentum of the night, it's a spiritual thing. She said the exact same thing, encouraging young women to live a boundless life. Get to where you want to go. Last question. You're from here. I'm from here. This is our home. We believe in this place. We're at a critical mass time in our late 40s to be change agents for the future. This event this evening is to raise money for future generations to enter the workforce or college. Based off of what you're doing and what I'm doing, in your own words, do you feel that Arkansas has its best opportunities up ahead? And if so, why?
Oh, I will answer that. Like, I think the opportunity is there. I think, there's going to be challenges along the way, but I really do believe in my heart that you can reach the goal if you endure. You have to be creative. You have to think outside the box. It's kind of like when we were young and we grew up in a household, wasn't a lot of money, and how my parents
done
were
so much more with less.
To be creative in feeding the family, being creative in clothing the family, being creative in making sure the kids were learning complete education. I remember we didn't have money, but my parents bought the Black encyclopedia so we could learn about our culture because it wasn't being taught in schools. I remember that, and we didn't have money. So I think the opportunity will be there, but it's definitely, we're all in this together. It's, somebody helped me. We have to be able to help the next group that's coming along, and to encourage them and not be dismissive of their dream. So yes, I think the opportunity is ahead. I think it's not going to look like what our experience is probably going to be a little bit different, but I think they can get there, and I'm excited to see who that next musician is going to be and have this huge impact on society. I always think about Pharoah Sanders, or Florence Price, who was this composer, went to Dunbar, and she was on par with like Beethoven, and she's from Arkansas. So I'm excited to see what those great thinkers. I think of Attorney Walker, how ahead of the time he was in regards to blacks and their rights and how to position
Harold
them.
Flowers,
Harold
amazing.
Flowers. So you have these great thinkers, you have these great artists, and I'm excited to see what that next group is going to look like. And I know we're going to get there. So
You got your black and red on. I've got my black and red.
yeah.
But as you were speaking, I couldn't help but to think of Michael Jordan,
yeah,
his grit and
Yeah.
resilience and persistence to beat
yeah.
the Pistons and to beat the Celtics and all the fouls. And I take fouls in life now, and I think about Mike Jordan and say, that's just making me better for the next game, the next opportunity. And I think we've seen the fouls, and we've remained persistent. And
we always do. The thing about it, if you look at history, we always monitor and adjust. If you're going to take this from it,
Yep.
okay, we'll take this and we'll
Brilliant.
We'll rearrange it, we'll remix it, and create something else.
Brilliant.
And everybody wants this. And even if they take that, we'll take something else.
Magic,
So
blessings.
yeah, that's exactly what black magic, black excellence, and so I'm excited.
You can say it. He said black magic, black excellence. You're looking at it right here, not ashamed of it, standing proud in it, and not to be offensive. We want it to be black magic that exudes and generates and shows support and love for mankind and humanity, because that's where that magic and true passion comes from. You'll see that more tonight as we get around.
And the thing about that, it's inclusive.
Always.
It's not exclusive. It really reaches out and it includes everybody.
Absolutely.
So
last question, Brother Block, because I know you got to get on stage here in a bit. We're going to have a great time tonight. Gene, you have been married for a great number of years. You've shared yourself with so many people throughout this self-meaning, your time and your energy. Do you feel that you are stronger, and you too are stronger today than you were 5 years ago? And if so, why?
Yeah. I think I would say yes. And I think it's because I think we both have kind of found our niche, And Gene is a CEO of a Little Rock utility, and I see what she worked toward that. And I saw the hours and the time and the effort that went in to get to that position. And I think we both have kind of grown, and we both kind of have worked in our lane, and whatever we had, we took that and was a good steward of it. I think that's the thing. You have to be a good steward of it. And you know what? And she stands alone. I stand alone. She's not here to please me. I'm not here to please her. But together we're something beautiful. And I think that's why it's a success.
I love a great relationship and the success that you guys have made. Well, to my viewers out there, we want to thank you for watching, and we want to thank you for joining us. We certainly hope that you are left stronger by this episode. Now that you know the man behind the talent and the horn, Mr. Rodney Block, thank you so much. Come see us tonight.
See us. It's always fun.
Yeah, we want you here in Arkansas anytime. Let's kick it tonight, man.
Okay.
Come on. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to follow us on all social media platforms, streaming platforms, and be sure to subscribe.